Grand. Alright, Cozy. So, right, today we said we'd have a chat about the, I don't know what you want to call it, maddest, craziest, nuts, bonkers experiences we've had doing Guru. It's been a couple, kind of hard to, when I was making my list, it's kind of hard to decide what's mad and then what's just weird. But we've put a list together of our top 3, we'll say, maddest experiences on out in the field doing Guru. So, I don't know, do you want to add anything before we start? Any sort of premise?
Not really. I suppose at the start we didn't really have any mad experiences because I suppose we were nervous and stuff like that, and we were drinking the pint outside, so we were just kind of asking the barman, is it okay if we drink outside?
Yeah.
And they would say, yeah, grand. But then obviously we changed and we kind of went into the pubs and started doing the review in the pub itself, and that led to a lot more interesting experiences, we'll say. So
yeah,
all of them are probably more towards the later videos, I'd say.
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
So hopefully
go on, yeah.
Hopefully plenty more sort of those sort of experiences now.
Hopefully
next when we get back to normal.
Because we were literally just getting into the swing of kind of capturing madness on the camera, and that's what people love to see, and that's what gets like the views, and that's what gets people talking. But definitely what you said about at the start, we used to literally just go in and be like, yeah, come here, and we weren't barely even telling what we're doing, and then we'd film outside. I guess we thought like we might get a bit of interaction outside and stuff, but it just wasn't happening. It was 95% of the time it was literally just me trying to make up different adjectives about a pint, and it was going nowhere. And then you had the idea you said, right, let's just go, because we did the 12 pubs and we liked how that went, and you said, right, let's kind of keep to that format of going to a few pubs in one video, and I suppose the rest is history. And that's where our list, that's everything on the list is from the last like probably couple of months. So why don't I'll go number 3, you go number 2, and then I'll go number 1.
Okay.
Alright, so what do we got? Number 3 is, I'm trying to remember, was it called McMahon's in Maynooth?
Oh God, I can't even remember.
I'm pretty sure it was called McMahon's.
You're right, it's McMahon's.
We remember the crack inside more than the actual. I don't even know what I gave the pint, and I don't know what. I barely know what the pub was called. I think it was McMahon's, but of course our northern friend, and then his mate from Cork, and then the other chap who came in and started rapping.
He wouldn't know where the G-spot is.
Like, man.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I just neg it.
No, but if you do it, I'll buy a pint.
You can't.
How did you supposed to get on here with that camera? It's fucking cold here.
No problem. We asked them, they said it was alright. Oh, here we go. Fucking hell. It's just, now it's a party.
There you go. Stick a camera on.
What are you doing? What's going on?
We're rating the Guinness somewhere.
WKD.
Give me the mic.
Alright, here we go.
Because the MCs can't catch up what you want to see. The MCs don't see what they want to see. Don't understand what I want to be with new philosophies, car side eyes, poetry. Can't catch up with me, you see. Oh, it's called geometry to you.
Keep going.
Shut the fuck up, motherfucking snitch ass bitch. You just nervous ass bitch. Nervous ass snitches. Where you going with the witches? Bunch of fucking rats. Put them in the back. Burn them all out. Put them all out. What's coming out of my mouth is straight fucking freestyle. Recite eyes, poetry. Recite geometry. Too complicated for you.
7.3 McMahon's MC Big Dog over here,
And he's not even drinking Guinness.
and he's on the God knows what.
It was definitely the most structurally, like, non-structured bit of Guru we've ever did, because they had no idea who we even were. It wasn't like they were going, oh yeah, we'll get into this kind of, even if they knew we were like reviewing pints, they'd be like, yeah, we'll get in and we'll have a bit of crack and say what we think of the pint. They thought we were like, what do they think we were, like Spurs TV or something?
Yeah, because I think you were up at the bar and you were saying that there was a Champions League game on or something. I think you mentioned football in the background.
Yeah.
And then that must have been one of the few words that they heard, and then they started saying, Spurs TV or
and he
whatever
was like,
it was.
Come over here. And I was like, alright. And then we never say no to an opportunity to get something a bit mad on camera, especially Cozy. So we said, right, we're going. We pretty much, we had most of the review done, just hadn't given it a score. And then we went over, and I'll put a clip in now, but it was, Cozy must have recorded for fucking 15 minutes. Probably only put in 5 minutes, but And then your man was just shiting out of him. I don't know what he was on about. It was a Tuesday night. He didn't know what we were at. And then to top it all off, we're thinking, this is mad. Then his mate comes over and starts rapping into the microphone. And he actually wasn't that bad. He was like that also MC to the BG, MC to the BBB. And he was like, motherfucker, cocksucker, fucking motherfucking all this sort of shit. We're like, alright, man. I would just love to know. I would love to know, did the video ever get back to those lads? I doubt it did. Yeah. But jeez, I would love to see that naughty fella's face when he saw himself.
Yeah. And the other thing that was weird was that he said, he was like, buy me a pint, big man, buy me a pint. And we were like, oh, you know, whatever. And then I don't know, you said, right, if you split the G, we'll buy you a pint. And we were explaining to him. Yeah. And then he was like, I don't trust you. He was real skeptical about what we were talking about, you know. And his mate was like, all you have to do is get it down to split the G.
Yeah, drink your own pint.
No. Yeah, exactly, yeah. And eventually he got it by accident, and we actually did end up buying him a pint.
Oh, fuck, Jesus Christ.
You spit it without knowing.
Jeez, has he done it? He split it. He split it without knowing.
Your man from Cork. It was fucking gas. It's carnage.
Yeah, that's right. We move on to number 2.
Yeah, hit me with number 2, Cozy. I got one.
Number 2 is in a place called Drumree, just outside Dunshaughlin, and I was in Gilson's pub, which I had driven past many a time going to like hurling games or whatever, but never been into. And we went there like quite late at night. I think it was probably about 10 o'clock on a, I can't remember what day of the week it was. Maybe it was a Sunday. Can you remember?
I think it was a Monday.
Monday, yeah.
About 9:30, 10 o'clock. We were just finished up in Dunshaughlin. Got the text.
And like it's the pub itself is on its own, and it was all dark around it, and then there's kind of one bandy light that's kind of shining down on this name Gilson's, and all the like writing is all faded off or whatever. And then we went in, and there was just no one behind the bar. It was just like complete silence. There's no one in the bar. There's no one behind the bar.
Hello?
It's creepy as fuck.
I know what to do. Hello?
I'm not leaving until I get a pint.
Door upstairs.
And eventually there was, you know, a few noises from upstairs. It was like a creepy ghost story. But eventually your man came down. I can't remember his name actually. Was it Paddy or something?
Johnny G, was it?
Johnny G is right. Johnny is.
There we go, Cozy. See that?
And he came down, and he was really weirded out at the start about what was going on. But eventually he got it.
He was probably in his 60s, we'll say, and he hadn't a clue, and we just show up in the middle of nowhere with a camera on a Monday night. So there's times where people are like, and you're trying to explain it, but this was one of the times where I totally understood his like bamboozlement, if that's even a word. He was literally just like, what he's on about, but he said go ahead and all that, so it was grand. But yeah, it really like epitomised what the guru is. It's just off the cuff. We got a message, you lads, you're here, you have to go to this pub. And we said, Cozy, will we go? You said that's what the people want. We went, we strolled in, and again it's kind of the whole keep going until you're told otherwise, you know? Just keep fucking ploughing on. We walked in, is this place open? Oh, I don't know. Bit of a hello, how's it going? Hello. And then it mightn't have even been open, but he probably said, sure, listen, like why not pour them a pint, you know? And then it turned out, and the best part of it was it turned out to be a very good pint. It was like mid-8s or something, or low 8s. So I just love that when something just random, sporadic, whatever you want to call it, happens, and it makes for good content. So that's our bread and butter.
But number 1, I think it was clear for the both of us, right? Do you want to take it away with this one?
Okay, number 1, and the sad thing is, I don't know if we'll ever beat this Cozy. The Hatchet Inn, I've written down Dunboyne. We're not going to go over again where it is. Dunboyne, Waynestown, or wherever it was. And it would have been nothing without Mr. Red.
You wouldn't have tried. Look at you.
Here we go. You wouldn't know it.
Look, little old soft hands. Show me your hands.
So what?
Yeah, you don't need to warm them with the
Look at this. Look at this. Little old soft hands.
Soft hands.
Little old college boy. Look at you.
College boy,
Oh yeah, little old soft hands on you. You wouldn't know anything about Guinness.
What do you know about Guinness?
It's a great way to get free pints.
Did we get a second name? Red something. Fun fact.
Some Howlett.
Red Howlett. Fun fact for you, Cozy. I don't know if I even told you this. I got a message. We did that probably 2 months ago, and I got a message only about 3 weeks, maybe a month after we did it, from a girl, and she sent a screenshot, and she said, "That's my dad. Sorry about his behaviour."
No way.
Yeah, and I forgot to tell you that. And I said, "Are you joking? Don't be sorry. That's probably the best bit of content we've ever produced." Because people just think, if someone like is abusing us and stuff, it's like, oh, sorry, and embarrassing. But he wasn't abusing. He was only having the crack. And we were having to crack back. So, but yeah, so the Hatchet Inn, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't just Red. There was 5 or 6 mad bastards in there, and then
There was.
bar staff were sound, and they were just very, literally, like, sometimes you get that real standoffish vibe, and people don't know what you're doing, and they're real standoffish. They didn't know what we were doing, but they were straight in. They were like, "What are you at? What's the crack? Yous are fucking idiots. Big soft college boy."
Little old college boy coming in. Scamming the whole lot. Doubt the fuck.
Sure, listen.
Sure, it's a wind up, lads.
You're a wind-up.
Yeah. And what's the camera for?
Jeez. What do you think?
Explain the whole thing. You're on RT1.
They kind of embraced us without knowing what we were doing, which I just loved.
Yeah. It was just the perfect sort of mix of everything that we wanted in a bar. You know, it was that kind of level of everyone happy, like at that drunk stage, but not, completely all over the place.
Yeah.
And not too packed the bar, and the barmen having the crack as well. Everyone, it was just a nice small room as well that everyone was interacting. Everyone saw us coming in. I mean, the size of you, everyone's going to see you anyway, but it wasn't a massive big bar, so like people could shout from the far side of the bar saying "Run the Red" or whatever, that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, the perfect size room.
Exactly, yeah. And a fun fact for anyone that might be interested. So as you saw, you'll probably put it in the video, but the Red was giving us abuse, like, this is some scam or whatever.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, the Red came up to us and was like, "I tell you what, lads, I like what you're doing. I want to invest in you."
Now, I'm sure you had a good few pints of porter in him by then, but we definitely, whether he would have gone through with that investment or not is a totally different story. But the fact that, you gotta love it, like, he literally from the get-go was like, "What sort of cowboys are you? This is some scam. These are some idiots." And then within 10 minutes he was trying to offer us an investment. So listen, if that's not charm, Cozy, I don't know what is.
That's it, yeah.
And the one other thing about the Hatchet Inn, that has to be said, it was done on a Sunday night, and it was probably 8 o'clock, 8:30 Sunday night. You know yourself, if you're in a pub on a Sunday night at 8 o'clock, you kind of got that giddiness about you, like, "Jeez, probably should be heading home now. Fuck it, one more," that sort of crash, rubbing your hands together. So I think there was a bit of an element to that going on as well. But yeah, it was literally like something out of a movie, as if the director said action and we walked in and everyone played the part that they were supposed to play as if it was written out on a piece of paper. And just brilliant. And I hope to God we can get back soon, meeting more characters like Red and more places like the Hatchet Inn, and just hopefully we can fucking get back to it.
And I think that's something we'll learn from as well. Like, we were going in like on a Monday, when it's quiet. And don't get us wrong, we would get a bit of crack on a Monday, and you get those characters that'll be in on a Monday as well. But I think if when things get back to normal, if we can do it on a Sunday, That's when there's a little more crack in the bar, a little bit of devilment and stuff.
Yeah,
so
and even if you're watching and like you have an opinion on that, like, obviously we're not going to go Friday, Saturday night. It's just too busy. People are just out on a night out. Do you know what I mean? It's not the type of vibe we want. That's why we started going midweek, because it was quieter. But you do kind of feel. One sec, Cozy, dropped you there. The thought behind going on a Monday, Tuesday, as we both know, was kind of, it'll be quieter and we might meet some like characters like our lads and stuff, but it just wasn't really going that way. And Sunday is just a perfect mix of people who are, you know, they could be even on a rollover from the Saturday, so they're still on a mad one, and then you've the people who are just having a few, but it's all a bit cheeky on a Sunday, you know? Yeah. Which is what we want. Yeah. Alright, Cozy, that's the list.
No, that's the crack, sure. I mean, there's a few other contenders, maybe. The experience in the boot in, maybe we'll discuss that again some other time. That was a bit weird. Stanley over in Summerhill.
Again, yeah.
It was a good experience with him. And there was a couple others here and there, but they're definitely the top three, I think, of the maddest things, Yeah.
I suppose you could even say the Gilsons would come under the weird category, but it was just a bit mad. True. Do you know what I mean? And what did you say? Yeah, the boot in, I suppose. Yeah, it was just a bit weird, but we don't want to give them too much airtime, huh? Because he fucked them. And then shout out, definitely honourable mention to our pal Stanley. He was a great character as well. One of the best we've met on our travels. So. Yeah, that's the list anyway. The Hatchet Inn takes it for now. Hopefully, Cozy, maybe in a year's time or something, we can review it and we'll have a whole new top three. That's the goal. Exactly. But yeah, for now, Red and the Hatchet Inn takes it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Cozy, anything else? You're good?
No, I'll go. See you next time.
Right, good luck. See you in the next one.
Good luck.